Hello everyone and welcome to Fat Pod Extra. I am your host, Jay, and I am not with him in person, but he's with me, my other co-host.
Since this is Zack, since this
That's
is
a really long name, mate. That's a really long name. Since this is a Zack.
Since this is an audio, not audio, a Pod Extra podcast.
Yep.
Do you not start with a joke?
No. So it's separated. This is different realm. This is a different realm. This is gritty. Okay. Fat Pod Extra is gritty, all right? This Fat Pod Extra should have, like, you know, like when you see a podcast, it puts a little E symbol on for explicit. Yeah. The Fat Pod Extra should be E+.
E+.
E+. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
But it's funny because we've spoke about this. This first Fat Pod Extra will be totally different than all future planned or unplanned Fat Pod Extras.
This is going to be the other way around.
Yeah, so the Fat Pod Extra came out of Zack creating a segment which took 5 times longer than anticipated, and ended up turning the last episode of the original podcast into like a special. Essentially, MCU special. But what we're going to do is we're going to plan to do that the other way. So I don't know, maybe once a month, maybe more, depends what happens. But the Fat Pod Extra will probably be us talking about one specific thing, getting to the bare bones of it, right?
More than likely something that will alienate people. So I'm not sure if we should move Jay and Zack alienate.
Yeah, we'll have to move it out. Yeah, we'll have to move it out now, won't we? You know?
Yeah. One bit of housekeeping before we move forward. So obviously this is the first time we're doing a I was gonna say cross-continental, but over the airways.
A virtual podcast.
One, I'd never looked whiter. This is mad. And two, are you recording this through OBS and also Audacity?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just because I think I looked at my Audacity, and boy, is it picking up some high notes. So maybe
that's fine.
That's
fine because I'll mix them into this. Is stuff that we won't talk about this shit on the normal, but on the normal. But what I do is I'll put them all into one uniform fucking mono soundtrack, and then run it through Audition to make sure we're both at the same levels. You know.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because as I said, when you started fucking talking, I was like, mate, your mic is loud.
It's super. I don't know why. Yeah. It's so loud. Oh, wait.
You got your gain up fucking massively. Don't fucking change it now.
Oh, it's fine if I change it now.
Don't fucking change it now, you fucking madman. I've just set up all your fucking audio levels on my OBS. I have to change it all.
Oh well.
But anyway, welcome to what I've affectionately called FPX. You know, Fat Pod Extra.
Oh,
FPX, you see? So yeah, as we said, every single Fat Pod Extra after this point will be different. But for now, we're just going to go over the stuff that we totally fucking skipped or just didn't get to in the last podcast.
Like more than 2/3 of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, we did intros, our weight, and that's it. To do with normal podcast stuff. Yep. So what would have come after that in a normal podcast would have been True Facts, right? But we decided not to do True Facts this week because just keep it nice and fresh. So we're starting with shortest ever segment ever. Zack, already looking at his notes. Come on, hit me with some segments.
Well, basically, right? I had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
First of all,
yeah,
I've been in somewhat of a drought recently. In terms
in what respect?
In terms of good content I can watch.
Right. You haven't. You just refused. To watch so much stuff.
That's incorrect. But like I was watching Reacher.
Yeah.
Right. It left a little void in my heart after I finished, as most things do.
Yeah. Yeah, a good show should leave you feeling that way.
Very true. Or a good game or anything.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
But anyway, so I was there, and I was like, wow, I could really watch some good YouTube stuff. I felt in the mood for YouTube stuff. Do you know that mood?
Yeah.
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 So I was in that, and I was like, okay, people that you don't know. So, for example, Internet Historian hasn't released a video on his main channel in over 14 months.
Never heard of the bloke, but continue.
Never heard of the bloke. Or his second channel in like 3 months.
Right.
And that's like my go-to top shelf YouTube shit, right?
Yeah.
But recently, I've been trying a lot more new things. Like today, I've been watching a lot of...
This is my skeptical face.
Today, I've been watching a lot of something called I Did a Thing.
Okay.
Basically does a bunch of stupid shit. Like builds, like...
So it's like
builds...
Continue.
Built a lawnmower that you could remote control because he strapped a GoPro to it.
Right.
And then used it in VR to cut his lawn.
Weird
shit.
That reminds me. What was the guy's name when he bought one of the? We spoke about him before. Boston Dynamic dogs, and then coded it so it could pee in a cup.
Oh, Michael Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a lot like that. To be fair.
Yeah. Because it sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely is. And I also found a few Zelda people who do like Zelda theories, that kind of thing.
Zelda theories.
Right? Yeah. Like,
right. Okay.
Like, why was the hero of time dressed in green or some shit like that, right?
Right. Okay.
So do you ever just see a YouTube video with a great title, and then you open it up, it has like maybe like a little musical intro or something, and the guy's voice is like, "Hey guys, and you just turn it off.
Yeah.
That's been me for the past like 2 weeks. Every other video.
I had one of those change on me once.
Oh yeah.
So
really?
it's someone I actually told you about, because I know you like the spooky spooks, right?
Yeah,
and I told you about Be Buster, didn't I? Right?
Be Buster, yeah.
When I first watched a Be Buster video, that guy's voice grated on me, man.
Bro, there's so many like that.
Right.
There's
But Ruth loved it, right? So I was just
so
like, she was like, can we just listen to another one, like in bed? We'd listen to it just before going to sleep, right? And I was like, yeah. But then after like 2 or 3, it just became in my head the normal scary story voice. You know, it's just like, if I didn't hear him telling me the scary story, I'm like, how am I meant to know this story's going to be scary if the guy does not sound like Be Buster? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a few like there's Mutt Creepypasta, who I hate his voice, but he's done some interesting creepypastas. So I'm like, I guess.
Have you heard of?
It's kind of Stockholm syndrome.
Have you heard of Doctor No Sleep?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got.
I
listened to the very first episode of his Apple podcast.
Oh yeah.
Not last night, night before. Yeah.
Good.
Got an epic voice for storytelling.
Yeah.
Epic tonal voice. Yeah, is quality.
Weirdly enough, the British people I can't.
Mate, there's something wrong with you.
Really?
This is actually my shortest segment ever. This is my shortest segment ever.
Okay,
I'm just waiting.
Sure.
I'm waiting for you to finish yours. You know,
right,
so I can just have a pop at you live on the podcast.
Do it, mate. Do it. Go for it.
Right, this motherfucker. Right, he won't watch anything British. Now, guys, I need you to.
I watched Doctor Who.
When was the last episode of Doctor Who you watched, mate?
Like 6 months ago.
Fuck off, fuck off, mate.
We were rewatching it.
Yeah, it's rewatching one you watched 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
don't count, mate. So this guy.
I like Red Dwarf.
When was the last episode of Red Dwarf you watched? And one watching it in my car when I'm putting it on doesn't count. So this geezer, right? For all of you viewers out there, you probably know there's been some absolutely cracking BBC, just British TV show. Don't you fucking shake your head, mate.
I showed you the
I will
confession
bitch slap
show.
that fucking face of yours off.
That fucking interrogation show that was British. I watched that and I showed that to you.
Yeah, that was, true. That was a good one.
Exactly.
So you got one. You showed me one good show.
I got one.
So we've had shit like Line of Duty. We got Trigger Point out right now. We got Bodyguard. All these good things, right? And he's just like, nah, too British. He's fucking British, and he won't even watch them.
One. How dare you?
Where were you born, mate? Where were you born?
I was born in Nottingham.
Nottingham, mate. You are as British as it comes,
world.
brother. You are as British as it gets. You know what I mean?
As it gets. I don't know about
so
that.
I need you, and Mitchich Clan. I know you watch the podcast, right? And I may be fucking talking to a brick wall, because if you got the same fucking views as Zack does on television, but you got to make this geezer watch some better TV than all this American bollocks, right?
I'll defend Jay, because I know what some members of the audience might be like, oh my god, I bet he watches fucking Hollyoaks and EastEnders. That's not what he's talking about.
No, I don't watch that stuff. I do watch some shit TV though. There are some things I watch
like
that
what?
even I call it shit TV. Yeah, so I watch Love Island every year. You know what I mean? Shit.
Do they even do that anymore?
Yeah, of course they do. It's the most popular TV show on ITV every year. You know? So I'm trying to just think of like shit telly like I watch. Probably Love Island would be the biggest one. Because I don't watch like Big Brother or fucking Jersey Shore or fucking whatever, all that other semi fucking realistic but crap.
The only exception I make for reality TV is watching a streamer that me and my girlfriend watch. He watches 90 Day Fiance. That's about the only thing that we get.
Even the title, I'm just like, nah, mate. You know. So I do watch some shit TV shows myself, but there's a lot of good shit that you are just not watching because you're like, nah, too British.
I disagree. I'm open to.
You can't fucking disagree. You don't watch it.
I'm open to watching Line of. I just
fucking watch it then.
I haven't been in the mood.
Fucking watch it then. Fucking watch it then.
Fucking watch it. Haven't been in the mood, my guy. You know?
You crazy bitch. And
you know that. You know what that means though, right? Like sometimes you're in like I'm in a YouTubey kind of mood, or like I'm in a TV series kind of mood, right?
Yeah.
I'm in a YouTube kind of mood at the moment.
It's in a YouTube kind of mood. I love YouTube. I love YouTube.
Mate, it's most of what I watch.
I found myself littered at the moment with like short form, just stupid videos, and I don't know whether it's the videos that you send me are now bleeding into the videos that I get suggested.
Very possibly the case.
Like I get loads of like small clips along the lines of, you know, Willem Dafoe's fucking drip showing everyone's shit. I get loads of these now just coming up on my thing. And randomly today, a load of ones based on Sonic Adventures, the game. Like where a guy's just replaced the audio. Sonic. You know, that video you sent me, you're a beta male Sonic. Like I watched one today and he was like talking to what looked like a transformer and he was like, Omega, what are your pronouns? And then the guy's just like, my pronouns are NVIDIA GTX 2060. And it's just like, it was just like weird. And then I'm sat there and I'm like, why am I watching this? And it's like the 8th one I've watched like in a row.
I'd say sorry, but you're welcome.
But yeah, so that'll be mine. That's my gripe. Okay. My gripe's with you.
You didn't have a different one going in, or is it just a happy coincidence?
It was a happy coincidence, and you reminded me of the gripe of it.
Fair.
And what I was trying to do was trying to bring one that wasn't a main, but I like a main.
I have one that's the opposite of a moan.
You have a good.
But I'm nervous. I'm nervous to say it.
Nervous to say it in front of me, or
like
nervous to say it in front of the public?
Both.
More
you.
More me.
You're yeah.
Because I'm what? Because I'm fucking what?
Since I started. When did you start this wagon? Did you start at the exact same time as I did?
What wagon? The weight loss wagon?
The weight loss wagon, yeah. Because I started on my birthday.
Which was January 7th?
7th, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
we did the pod the next day, didn't we? So you must have started the same time.
Yeah. Okay. I started the day of the pod, though, I think. Because obviously we started and then we're like, right, we're weighing tomorrow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I started the day of the pod.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, but my thing is, right, I don't want to say it, but
just say it.
I think over the past 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months? Yeah, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
Yeah.
There's been exceptions. There have been days when I'm like low, right?
Yeah.
I'd say today's one of those days because I've just had such a fucking long week. And even though we're halfway through the week, but whatever, right?
Right.
since I've started weight loss, I've been a bit funnier each week. Just in myself. And, like, the quality of my jokes coming out, right? I feel like there's a direct correlation between the amount of weight and the quality of my jokes.
So you think your banter is improving as your waist size goes down?
Not even, like, necessarily banter, just, like, quick off the mark.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said one to you the other day, and I was like, holy fuck, that was clever. What was it? I
should have written it down.
I was like,
you should have written it down, because it doesn't happen very often, Zack.
Fuck. Hey. But, yeah, and I was like, I've had a few bangers recently, like more than usual. I was like, maybe I'm a bit funnier than when I was, like 6 months ago, for example. But I also was in a terrible place 6 months ago.
I was just about to say, but aren't you just in a better place generally?
True, and then each week I feel a bit better about myself and where I'm at. So maybe it puts me in a happier mindset. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. To be honest, mate, this is like a drive-by fucking compliment, but
right.
I haven't noticed a difference because I think you're a funny geezer anyway. Fair. You know, because I think you have understated sarcasm down. That's your niche. That's your good shit right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's bred from your love of Spider-Man. Like, you desperately seek to become that entity. You know?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Definitely.
Yeah. So I think you're a funny geezer anyway. I hadn't sat there going, man, Zack's been fucking funny extra this week. You know what I mean?
But fair. But I also think there are levels to it. Because I think Spider-Man has that understated sarcasm, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Deadpool has, but I guess Deadpool's is like overstated sarcasm, right? Which I definitely don't have. But I don't have any of that.
Well, it's kind of like Deadpool, but Ryan Reynolds' natural sarcasm when he's out of a role, like you see him in an interview, he does understated and like effortless sarcasm comedy, doesn't he? You know, where sometimes he says something and he draws you in, thinking you think he's being serious. You know what I mean? And then he just drops the sarcasm bomb, and then everyone 100%. Just pisses themselves. Like, So
I do draw you in a fair amount.
I think that's what you do best. You know, so but I think personally, I'm not going to say it has sod all to do with your weight, but it has less than you think, because I just think it's a culmination of feeling better about yourself.
Yeah, no,
for a load of reasons, including not being as fat as normal. You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that, of like comorbidity when you're trying to figure stuff out. Like, I sometimes forget I'm fat, just for like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So like the other day when I came back we had a business lunch, right?
Yeah, biz lunch.
I went in the back way by myself, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, you're a crazy person.
Can't be fucked with these stairs, right? But I was like, fuck it, I want to do them fast. So I like started sprinting up the stairs 2 steps at a time. I got halfway, I was like, oh no. Everything's just started falling apart. I was like, going
dizzy, about to fall over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can now walk up the stairs and not be fucked now though, which is nice.
We both,
I don't know if that will get worse, because obviously, because I've changed location in the office, I don't take the fucking stairs anymore. I avoid it like the goddamn plague now.
Just take the stairs.
No, because then I've got to walk through the whole fucking office as well. Just like, fuck that shit.
You're acting like the front entrance doesn't have steps.
No, but I can take the lift in the front entrance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but just don't take the lift.
That's just extreme behaviour right there, man.
Sacrilege.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, those are my two for this. Because we have to do it again in 3 days, so I'm saving some.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right, we'll move on. So both of us click next, because this is a weird one. Because usually we both watch it together, don't we? You know.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different this time. So we're both at home. Is my fucking camera just like gone like God mode again?
It's because the slide's brighter, I think.
Oh right. So hang on. If I turn that off. Let me turn that off.
I think that's somehow worse.
I think. What's going on, mate?
What's going on?
Whatever, I'll leave it off.
We do have an upgrade for the next podcast.
Oh yeah,
Jay's
your
lighting
light, didn't we?
situation.
Yeah. So basically, Jay's vegan showdown. We haven't got a lot to talk about other than a plant-based Whopper at Burger King. And should you tell him or should I, Zach?
Well, you have to play the video first, don't you?
We don't have a video.
I have a video. Oh,
You have
God.
a video.
Oh, fuck.
We'll add it to next to
Yes.
to normal Fat Pod. There is a video for this.
So there's a video of Jay trying the Impossible Whopper.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like takes like the tiniest bite known to man because he's so afraid of it.
If you've ever watched me eat, though, I don't do big bites anyway of any food. I saw you eat
a fucking Memphis Kin. You didn't take no tiny bites then. That's what I'm saying.
And because people used to say, some people find eating with me infuriating because if I eat whatever the shape of the food is.
Yeah.
So like, if you watch me eat a burger, I eat it in a circular fashion. I'll just keep spinning it.
What pissed me off when you ate a burger, I think yesterday.
Right.
Was it yesterday? It was yesterday.
Yeah.
You ate a burger yesterday.
Yeah,
and
I did.
You were like, so say a burger is on a plate like that, right?
Yeah.
You grab the bottom of your burger, you put your thumb on the top of the burger, and then you flip it round.
Yeah, upside down.
The sesame bum's upside down.
Yeah.
You're
I do that as well.
Monster.
I do that as well. Yeah.
You're a fucking monster, I say. Anyway, you didn't do that for the vegan Whopper, so I already knew that you weren't going in full mind, open mind. You know what I mean?
You knew that this was not going to be like that, didn't you? Yeah.
So you took a bite, tiniest bite, took like 17 chews for a bite a seal could swallow in one go.
Fuck's sake.
And you were like, it's a what?
It's a what? I mean, it's a what?
I'll
It's
give it like
fucking
a
what?
5, a 5. And I was like, fair enough. And you were like, take a bite. I was like, bro, it's fast food. Can't do it. Won't take a bite. You're like, take a fucking bite. I was like, no, I can't do it. You're like, take a fucking bite. I was like, okay, I'll take a small bite. I took the bite, expecting it to be something like a beef burger. Immediately, I'm like, what?
Mate, he fucking ran. Zack fucking ran out of my car.
I was gagging.
And he just spat out in the bin outside of Burger King.
Oh my God.
And honestly, that's why I give it a 4. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure if this was Zack's vegan showdown, you'd have give it a 0 because it was just
100%.
inedible.
But you would have given it what, 6?
I said 6.5 in the car.
Okay. Right,
Yeah,
fair,
I said 6.5. So I was like, 4 is about a good medium because I don't think most people's reaction would be your reaction.
I think it's the unexpected nature of it because you also a 6 for you is like bigging up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a vegan thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's probably gonna take a bit.
I thought it was
like
8,
But then I had it and I was like, oh.
I thought it was 8, but as I said, because basically at Burger King, it might not be where you live, but if you take your receipt back from your last trip, you get a free Whopper or Royale, vegan or non-vegan or plant-based.
You just keep doing that.
You could just essentially just keep doing it over and over again.
Wait, can't you just buy one?
That you can, but the problem is you don't have to take the receipt. On the receipt, you have to do a form, and it was like 80 questions.
Oh.
So if you're prepared to do that 80 questions, you crack on. I'm sure you could probably do like a Python script and just like do it every single time. Just go do the questions.
True.
But yeah, so I did that because I was 100%, because obviously the experience I'd had with the beef vegan burger was obviously the muck plant. So I was like, I'm not fucking spending money on something I know is going to taste like shit, right? And I'm on a diet, so it was wasted calories as well.
Yeah. So, but to be fair,
So I took a bite.
Plant-based Whopper
Yeah.
is almost as good in your mind as the vegan KFC burger.
The vegan KFC burger, yeah. Because I reckon, because obviously I can only compare it to the muck plant, which for me, the muck plant, I was, even though I didn't show it massively on camera, the second bite I took of that, I was very close to your reaction to the fucking
I see.
Whopper.
Right.
So I was like,
What
and
do you
then
think was
what
in
brought
that
up to the
second
two,
bite?
and what I brought up to the two, I said was Ruth being able to eat it. So I basically did the opposite of that with this.
Okay.
So, yeah, I thought it was better. If I'd have paid for it, I would have fucking ate it all. Because I didn't pay for it, I had 2 or 3 bites tonight, and then I chucked it because it was free, and I just wanted to try it. But I didn't want to waste the fucking calories that I had for the day on that fucking burger.
Very fair.
But if I'd have paid for it, then I would have just ate it all. It's the problem is with these fucking burgers, all of them, they all have the same problem. No fucking cheese. They need cheese, mate.
I wouldn't, for me, my experience of that specific burger, I'd say the issue was it felt like I was biting down into like. Now, bear in mind, I'm a vegan person's advocate.
Yeah, you are.
Like, I had my sister tell me, she was like, on the podcast, you sound like a vegan. I just want to say that. You sound like a vegan.
He's okay, Tash, you spend a day with us when we go to fucking Shake Shack or something like that. He is not a vegan.
But yeah, so I'm very much an advocate. And people do say things like, I'm very much not the kind of person like you who would be like, what's this fucking rabbit food, right? I'd be like, I'll have the burger as intended with the lettuce and tomato. That's
literally one of the main reasons I love Burger King, because a burger comes as it should. You should have to ask for salad.
I mean, if you want to have that opinion, God bless, right? But dog bless.
Dog bless indeed.
Dog bless. What was I saying? Oh yeah, what that burger tasted like was like if someone got some Bounty paper towels.
Yeah.
And they had a little mishap with their vegetable oil.
Right.
Right? And they were like, ah, fuck. I'm just going to throw the whole wad of Bounty paper towels on this, really soak it all up, right? And then they put that in between 2 buns. And that's what that experience was like. For me.
So obviously, Zack's a massive advocate for the plant-based Whopper. It was kind of strange. I guess it went along the lines, because obviously, still to this point, Vegan Royale and the Vegan Nuggets from Burger King are the top 2 by quite a margin. So I was expecting the Burger King Whopper to be better than the McPlant. It's another one, because I had to put on there, the Burger King Whopper, plant-based Whopper, is not vegan. Just like the corn pieces aren't vegan.
It wasn't even vegan.
No.
And it tasted
so it's
bad.
It's just
Holy
plant-based,
shit.
just vegetarian, I'm afraid. So yeah, vegan options, it's only got to be the chicken. And honestly, that's a good thing. Because the vegan chicken substitutes at Burger King are the fucking tits. The absolute tits.
I told you, as soon as you hit the 9.5, I was like, why'd you do that? It's only downhill from here.
But I'm glad I got 2 beef options on the list now, because there was only one, and it was kind of a lonely place for the old McPlant.
What do you think's next?
I want to do more like home cooked ones, because obviously I did the corn chicken pieces, so I want to get some sausages, as I said. I just hadn't fucking remembered.
I just had the southern fried nuggets, the corn southern fried nuggets.
Yeah, you really like them though, don't you? Oh no, what are the ones you like? What are the?
No, those were the ones I liked. They must have changed the recipe. They're fucked now. They're fucked.
I thought you loved them. You were telling me the other day you loved them.
No, the vegan nuggets I love.
Yeah.
But I thought I also loved the southern fried nuggets. They've done something wrong with them.
The vegan normal nuggets, the corn nuggets, I guess.
Yeah.
So they're really not. Good. Yeah, are good. Cool.
Have them for days.
I'll have to try. I'll have to try those ones. But yeah, other than so I want to try some more home cooked ones. I also at some point want to do they do a vegan chicken teriyaki at Subway, and I like the chicken teriyaki at Subway. So I want to try that, and they've got about it's easier with a sandwich place, isn't it? They've got like 7 or 8 different fucking vegan options. But yeah, so try some of that stuff. It's difficult because obviously if I go, I want to try a vegan option at Nando's, right?
Yeah.
it means
It's gonna be dear as fuck.
It's gonna be dear as fuck, and I'm probably gonna sit there going, "This tastes like ass." You know what I mean?
Yeah. The vegan one that I know of is the Great Imitator. I'm not sure if the beanie's any good. The Great Imitator is not great.
Is that the chicken or the beef one? No, they only do chicken, I guess. So it's
Beef.
the great
Beef.
beef.
Nando's, no, yeah. So they're both chicken substitutes, I guess.
Do they do a chicken substitute burger? Like a fried one?
I don't think so. I think it's just the pita and the wrap. I can confirm for next podcast.
Yeah, because you're gonna bang to have about 4 fucking Nando's by that point.
Hey,
so
you have my life 360. When was I at Nando's last? Yeah,
you just turn it off now. You see, you just turn off your location. I know your game, right? So okay, so next up, mate, we got the fat poll.
I was like, why isn't it changing?
I know why I'm lighting up. It's because of the white on the fucking
exactly.
It's lighting me up like Jesus. Oh. So this one was interesting because I thought it would go the other way, but I think
I'm upset.
Yeah. So if vegan food costs the same as real meat, would you transition? And the biggest thing was fuck no, which was the camp I was in.
Or technically no way.
Yeah,
But
no
I get
way.
You.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I just think you didn't phrase it correctly. As in, if vegan food costs the same as real meat, would you transition? Right? You didn't say if it costs the same as real meat and tasted just as good.
Because that's a separate question. That's a question for you fucking spoilers, mate. That's a question.
Spoilers.
What I'm gonna do in like a month or 2 months' time, when our viewers, as lovely as they are, forget they ever answered this question, and I'm gonna compare them. I'm gonna compare them because this is why I was in now. Because we've already had the conversation. If they cost the same or close, and they taste the same, I'd transition tomorrow. Bang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'd be a good question to compare it to this because obviously by this is a big thing. A big thing is just bare taste. Like as long as it tastes good, I'm fine. Which probably says our viewers are more along the lines of eating for pleasure rather than eating for fuel, right?
Yes.
So
definitely.
yeah.
And like that's also the other question as well. So like, I know off the top of my head, a chicken breast is going to be way more protein than like vegan fillets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's also that. So even people who are like super fitness focused,
They need that protein. No. Yeah, they need that protein.
Exactly.
I'm
this
sure
means
there's
very little to me though.
I'm
because
sure
a lot of these people.
I'm sure you can
be
substitute the protein with shakes, though, couldn't you? If you were trying.
Yeah, I guess. But why would you?
True.
You know what I mean?
True. But but you would if you were the type of person that was eating purely for fuel.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be though, because if you're eating purely for fuel, right? Why would you be like, oh, I'm gonna have my vegan nuggets, and then also I'm gonna have my 3 shakes instead of 2 because I didn't get chicken, which is the same price or cheaper.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Be cheaper. Yeah.
Exactly. So this means very little to me because I assume that a lot of the people on here were like you a month ago, thinking, "I ain't no fucking way any vegan food tastes remotely good." And then you have the fucking vegan royale, and you're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
All right, let's have a conversation.
I will say, because of the corn I've tasted, the corn options I've tasted, vegetarianism is very appealing in the sense that there's a lot of food that I can make and do make right now that is vegetarian friendly. That is a vegetarian meal, now because the replacement corn, you know what I mean?
I don't know how many times I've said this on the podcast, but I'm like, in the next 5 years, I will be a vegetarian. I just kind of know that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't believe you, but
to each their own.
Yeah, but yeah, so I could, in theory, be a vegetarian, but I don't think I could be unless my
sort out cheese.
No, vegetarians can still have cheese, can't they?
Yeah, no, I thought you said meat. Okay,
no, I could be vegetarian. It's say I was a single man, I could be vegetarian quite easily, but I cook for both of us. So the thought of cooking 2 fucking meals every single time, like 2 separate meals, nah, I couldn't do it all the time.
Has your lady tried?
Yeah. So she likes no, she hasn't tried the vegan royale, but she liked the she liked the corn, chicken, rice thing I make. She likes that stuff. But Ruth's favorite dish is spaghetti bolognese. And trust me, we've tried the fucking mince.
Oh no,
It is vile.
Yeah.
And she would not give up spaghetti bolognese. Period. You know, that's 1 meal a week. Like fucking, like it's the gospel fucking truth. It's happening, mate. You know. So yeah, it's difficult. And obviously with me, the thought of not having a burger again. Do you know what I mean? And as I've discovered, burgers ain't it yet. Vegetarian wise, beef burgers, they just ain't it.
No, it ain't. But in theory though, like the next couple of years, you could be like only 2 nights a week doing meat.
Yeah. I could do that quite easily. Because the thing is, like, because that corn rice meal is now part of our weekly diet. Me and Ruth were talking the other day, and literally I have, so tea wise, I have baked potatoes one day of the week, so and that's vegetarian. I have that corn and rice thing now, so that's vegetarian.
Yeah.
We have pasta. We have cheese and ham pasta, which I could feasibly take the ham off and have something else.
Substitute.
Yeah, substitute something.
I haven't tried to substitute ham or anything.
No.
Whatever, yeah.
Fucking hell, vegan bacon. Ugh. Man, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, but like half of the week now is vegetarian, but not trying to be. It just so happens to be the meals that we choose.
Out that way.
Yeah,
sure.
Because vegetarian meals tend to be less calories. You know, so when we're building a meal for the day, it just happens to be vegetarian because it's the way we get the most calorie, food out of least calories.
Can you imagine 6 months from now when you're like, fuck, hit a plateau, I really need to start getting this weight down again, but obviously my calories are like, I need way less calories to lose weight now.
Yeah.
And like 7 days a week you're on the fucking corn nuggets. Can you imagine?
It could happen, mate. If as long as the corn nuggets are good, I haven't tried them yet. I'm just taking your word.
Or the corn pieces.
Yeah, the corn pieces. They're good. And I like cook them in a way that's like not on the packet. So Yeah. Right. So were you I think I was slightly surprised. I thought there'd be more blue just because I thought people would want to virtue more and be like, yeah, I'm virtuous. I'm going to do it. You know?
But I think you're forgetting that there's virtuing and there's also the people that fucking loathe vegans.
True.
For
the reasons I stated.
Reasons.
No, the reasons I stated. Because the mainstream, like, the problem is people with fucking shit to say have the loudest voices. People with, like, bad shit to say scream the loudest, you know?
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
When someone thinks of vegan, they don't think of just a chill dude that doesn't talk about being vegan. Which is odd,
because it used to be chill dude,
yeah.
right? Then it was chill dude who was condescending, and now it's angry dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if that'll make its way back, you know?
It's like, I've got people on my Facebook, right? And they'll I've already had the gripe before in the thing, but people posting about their food and shit. Couldn't give a fuck on a Facebook feed, right? But I still have people doing it on my Facebook.
Yeah.
And they have to put vegan. Like, they'll put, like, a picture of a meal. It's like, I made a lovely... And, like, I just put, I made a lovely meal today. I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't post it in the first place. But if I were to, I just go, I made a banging meal today. You know what I mean? But they go, I made a banging vegan meal today. It's like, no one cares. Is it nice?
No, of course not, right?
Yeah.
I agree, right? But at the same time, you can understand why maybe if they are vegan and they understand that veganism has taken a turn into, vegans are condescending assholes or just straight up assholes.
Yeah.
If you like the person and you're dumb enough to be on Facebook, jokes. But if you like the person, right, and you like them enough to keep following them on Facebook, you might be like, I didn't know they were vegan. Maybe vegans aren't so bad. Maybe that's their goal, is what I'm saying.
No.
Okay.
They want people to know they're vegan. They want me to know that they're better than me. That's what they want, and that's what they want me to know, right?
Hey, maybe there's a little bit of that. Maybe it could be two things.
Yeah, and I'm not I'm not saying that's every vegan, because it obviously isn't, you know. You know, most of your family are vegan / vegetarian, aren't they? When I go to your house, I don't feel pressured to be a vegan. You know what I mean? So, by experience, I know that's not true. But online, presence-wise, a bunch of condescending pricks, right? Sorry.
I can see that assessment being fair. Sure.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah.
next up, Zoki, we have
Oh shit.
Vote of Predictions.
Ooh.
And this week it was mine. And what I want to talk to you about is, because we are two very different people when it comes to this subject, but where do you think
I don't know about that.
news is going? So I think I'm going to make up a bullshit stat to go along with another bullshit stat, but recently I saw something that said it was a very big percentage, I won't put a number on it, but a very big percentage of people said they get their news from social media, right? So obviously, and as we know, social media is a very, very regulated and censored place, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, you're getting your news from a place that's probably filtering the news that you're seeing already, right?
Sure, so it's like secondhand.
Yeah, secondhand. Sure. And obviously, you've even said on a pod, you get most of your new information from like Reddit posts, because people talk about news on Reddit. Because you do not watch the news, do you?
No.
Yeah, you know. So, and I don't ever watch the news on TV. I do often, probably at least, I would say, half hour a day. I'll go through my Apple News and I'll just look at news from abouts. You know what I mean?
I will occasionally look through Apple News, just because it'll, like, especially like breaking news that'll come to my watch. I'll
just
be like,
comes to you and you need to see it. You've seen it, don't
right,
you?
Yeah.
But where do you think? Do you think, say, 25 years from now, what do you think the mainstream way to consume news will be? And what do you think the effect it will have on the current mainstream news things will be?
10 years, you say?
25.
25.
Yeah.
Woo, baby.
Quarter fucking century, mate.
Quarter century. So that'll be like almost 2050.
Yep.
I don't know anything about what's going to be happening in 2050.
Well, we'll be in lockdown 74.
I would hope, and I think, right, that we understand that mainstream news, so like your CNNs, your Fox News, your BBC News, right, won't be on the dying fucking teat of TV, like terrestrial vision, right?
Yeah.
I hope that's gone. I really hope.
Yeah.
Because they know exactly who they're reaching there, and they're not exactly trying to push the envelope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've never seen a BBC News report that wasn't either clean, understanding footage or corresponding on a specific event, i.e. like Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
I have my issues with that, but beyond that, right? It's never like, oh, elderly people are bad. It's always young people are bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know
young
their
people
demographic
are causing
is like,
all of the problems.
they know their demographic is like 60, 70 plus.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we can't really say that elderly people are being a bit racist and maybe, you know what I mean? They can't really do shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping the migration onto the internet for these big, because I don't think they'll die. I think BBC News will be here, but it'll be probably internet only, or something. And same with print media. I don't think we're gonna have print media besides like key information about the places for people that don't have internet. So like weather and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
NASDAQ, that kind of shit. My key issue, or what I hope to see less of in 25 years, is breaking news, which is funny because you used that for the orb, so I thought it was going to be the exact opposite topic of conversation, but it's not. I think breaking news has next to no place in mainstream or off-stream or anything. I think breaking news is harmful and terrible, and I don't like it.
Interesting.
Because the amount of times because okay, I watched some videos, right, and it's like Internet Historian, but also hit Internet Historian, right, where you're looking back at things, right, and they'll pull news clips of like 50 people have died in this X thing, and it's going to cause a biological disaster, right?
Yeah.
When they know nothing, all of that is incorrect, and the opposite turns out to be true. It has no value, and it's terrible, and I hate it. And like, especially with like, other than maybe saying, warning people of a specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason for breaking news to exist. I think it can only cause problems.
Is that how you feel we will go as a species?
I hope so. There's enough mistakes and enough people with pies on their faces to be like, maybe we should like wait a few, maybe actually get confirmations, like actual journalism. Maybe we should do that. Maybe. No?
I think
just me?
I think, say you're to get a new phone or you sign up to a new service or anything now, it comes an option that says, do you want to be tracked for ads? And it will say, if you say yes, your ads will be relevant to you. If you say no, you will see exactly the same amount of ads, but they will be less relevant to you. I think that's the model that we're going to go in over the next 10 to 15 years.
News.
I'm going to have targeted news. Yeah.
I guess you could make an argument that that's already happening.
Yeah,
anyway.
because
for example,
Apple News, you can in Apple News you could subscribe to different subjects, right? So if you went into Apple News, you can just search and
like
go
technology, business,
and it'll just send you that stuff. And I think that's the way it's going to move, right? So like people will be like, "Oh, Zack, did you fucking hear about what Kim Kardashian did this week?" And you'll be like, no. You'll be like, fuck no. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what? It was like breaking news for me. And you're like, fuck, it ain't breaking news for me. It's not even news for me. I didn't care.
I think, so you're saying it's going to be only that or predominantly that?
I think it could be predominantly that
but not only.
and only that.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I see arguments for both because I think what we'll have is like world-shattering news that will go out to anyone regardless of what they're subscribed to. Like
Ukraine,
like the conflict that's happening in Ukraine. Yeah,
sure.
But then all other stuff, like all like irrelevant stuff, like fucking hell, one of the fucking royal twats has had another baby. Couldn't give a shit, right? But for some reason, my phone just kept fucking telling me about it. They're like, they've decided on a name. And I'm like, random couple has fucking offspring. They named the baby. I couldn't care less. So I'm actually eagerly awaiting this change, right? Because I will spend a whole day, if they want me, fucking pinpoint accurately telling them my fucking apps or whatever it is what I want to know about, right? And if they can promise me, I don't hear fuck all else other than my list. You know what I mean?
I think I agree, but I think it would work better as an exclusionary system. So it would still give you big events that they think are relevant, like what's happening in the Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
But it also give you Kate Middleton wore a red dress today for some reason.
Her
it's
ass
news,
looked
right?
banging.
But what it would also have is we don't usually send you this kind of stuff. Do you like this kind of stuff? And then you go no, and they never show it to you again.
See, the thing is, you can already do that on Facebook. You can go, I never want to see this, but the only thing it does is I never want to
see people's babies too much. Apparently, you can't do shit.
Yeah, but on Facebook, you see an ad, you can go, I never want to see this ad again, but you'll see ads like it.
Right.
Like you'll see an advert. You see an advert for fucking like tablecloths, right? And you just be like, I don't want to see that. But all that means is that specific advert about tablecloths. In a fucking, you scroll 2 more fucking sections down, there'll be another tablecloth advert for you.
I think a more interesting question here is how will these kind of systems be regulated for youth? So let's say I'm 13 and I sign up to my BBC News, whatever, right? Because typically it's 13 and up that you need to have an account, right?
Right, yeah.
In a lot of things, right? And then BBC News is like, hey, we don't want to bug you with stuff you don't care about. And you're 13, so you're like, well, I only care about video games and
I think
anime or some shit, right?
disconnected from this, I guess now connected to this, is I think in the next 10 years, right, there is going to be a massive, and I mean massive push on nearly all online platforms for ID. Right? And I reckon that will happen is if you are to make an account and not provide ID, they must assume that you're not 18. Like that should be the minimum assumption, you know. So
Sure.
if you can't provide proof that you are a responsible adult who's capable of looking at any fucking news they want, we must assume that you're a child. Because you can't. It's like I remember. Oh fucking hell! I remember when. So going to the cinema, right? Going to the cinema, going to watch a 15. Back when I was like 15, and then like my mates getting asked for ID. It's like, what fucking 15-year-old has ID? You know what I mean? It's like, it's stupid. You know, so like and they won't have ID. So it's like, oh, provide your passport and shit. And I guess there's another argument for that because you could be like, oh, that kind of forces them to tell their parents what they're fucking subscribing to because they'll be like, hey, mum, can I have my fucking passport so I can sign up for the site? And then you, as a responsible parent, should be like, what site are you signing up to? You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Twitch, huh? What people do you like on Twitch? No one.
Yeah. What's the hot tub? What's the hot tub chick called?
Amaranth.
That's her name. Yeah.
One of many, I guess.
Yeah, fucking thousands of them, mate.
I think
she's just a really popular one for two really big reasons.
Arguably four.
True.
But I forget why my original statement was before you put the ID thing. Oh, yeah. So I think ID things would probably be coming into place for certain websites, right?
Yeah.
But there's always going to be some that are like, we don't give a shit. I don't think there's going to be legislation of like
anonymity.
Every website you go to. Yeah. But for maybe certain specific websites, I could see legislation be putting into place, which is super weird, but I could see it happening. But that just makes the question of like, okay, so I'm 13, but I want to be kept up to date with the news because terrestrial television, like BBC, isn't around anymore.
Yeah.
So I have to get it somehow. Well, I say I have to get it. I'm 13. I don't need to have news.
Don't really need to have it, yeah.
Let's say you did, right? Because 13 is typically the age.
They want to keep up on the news in the Pokemon card, like space.
Exactly. But then when that child is 18 or 20 or 25, have they been given a distinct lack of education about how the world works because of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you think, so let's break it down. How what do you think the news space will look like in 25 years?
I think no more TV.
Yeah.
I think breaking news will be limited. There'll be people that do breaking news, but they'll be treated like TMZ or some shit.
Yeah,
like
right.
Everyone's like,
they're chatting shit again. Jesus
right?
Christ,
Was this the fucking sun?
Yeah.
Sorry. No breaking news, no more terrestrial TV, no more. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to just be all online. I think print media is just going to be either very localized of like, Jimmy from down the road took a shit on a bench and then we cleaned it. Or this is the weather that's going to be like for Memphis or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I reckon that's how it's going to look. What about you?
I think that it's going to be very much the push towards subscribing-based news, subscribing in your interest, kind of like the ad thing at the moment. Very much similar. I think TV channels that just do news will start fizzling out. You know, I'd love to know their viewership numbers. Like,
they can't be great.
Yeah, and see how they compare to 20 years ago. You know, to compare to now. Because they'd have to hazard that if you're going to gauge the percentage drop that you had 20 years ago to now, it's going to be similar to the percentage drop from now to 25 years in the future.
Yeah, or even worse, possibly.
Yeah, even worse.
As more. Yeah. But do you remember when the first Cobra meetings were happening at the beginning of COVID?
Yes.
They were live, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch them on the TV? No. Me either.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that did.
No. And I think, and it's like, even breaking news now, you don't like breaking news, but we had breaking news for the last 2 years has been new COVID restrictions or updates on the COVID situation, right? I didn't fucking go on my TV and turn on BBC One. I went to YouTube. I found the fucking Guardian's fucking YouTube channel and watched it on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I have this thing with football commentary because, I watch football. I like it. I cannot fucking stand listening to professionals talk about football. Does my head in. Because they say they're fans of the club, but they're not fans of the club in the same way I am. I'm not saying that they're not. They have a different view on the club.
Yeah.
I'd much rather listen to 4 people like me, normal fans, sat in a room with microphones talking about the football club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a lot more of that in terms of talking about current issues. You won't see fucking well-known name presenter talking to a well-known name celebrity. It'll just be like, we are sat here today with Bob from down the road. So Bob, what do you think of the fucking conflict in Ukraine? And then
but who is the we? I think what you're trying to hint at, I don't know, which is an interesting thought, is that the idea that maybe BBC News will buy a media company that owns a bunch of YouTubers, and then those bunch of YouTubers, like, let's say 20% of them are news channels, and then BBC will feed down information and sources, and so some people will be listening to Bob, who's owned by BBC, some people will be listening to Sharon, who's owned by BBC, but they're giving the same information, so there'll be like little nodes rather than one big piece.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because, like, there's an element of, like, because I've been on TV, and there's an element of being, like you go, if I'm on TV, I've got a sound.
Let's back that up a second.
I know
you're on the radio.
Yeah, I've been on the radio. I've been on TV 3 times.
We'll have to find the radio.
I'm in a show. I'm in a show called Who Needs Ibiza? The Great British Holiday. Episode 3, I believe.
Episode 3. What's the one that you told the B story on? That was the radio.
That's the radio. That was on Heart Radio.
Heart Radio.
Heart Breakfast with Ed, Troy, and Paulina.
Ed, Troy.
Yeah. So I've done that. I did a televised play when I was like 11 or 12.
Right.
My cousin Marcus was actually the like main actor in it. He did the starring role. That was for what ITV used to be called HTV, and I used to do a thing called HTV Workshop, which was they used to build up actors for the future. And like it's weird because I see like people on TV, like proper actors that were in my class in HTV Workshop. So it's just like So but yeah, I've been on. So when someone puts a fucking camera in your face and they're like, oh, by the way, this is going to be national television shit. You always have that. Oh shit! I better not say anything like too divisive.
Live on BBC, please do not swear.
You know. But then again, on the other side of that, it makes news when someone isn't like that. Like when they catch the wrong person or what they would consider the wrong person, what we consider the right person. I don't give a flying fuck what I say on TV. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when they go, hey, miss, can you tell me your opinion on Boris Johnson? And I remember there was an old woman, she just turned around and she went, he's a cunt. And it's just like, and they're like, oh my God, very sorry for the language there. You know what I mean? But that's visceral. But that's visceral. That's visceral. That's someone's opinion. If you're going to ask someone's opinion, you've got to be happy with whatever they say to you, right?
I hope that goes away in the next. I don't think it will. I think more 50 years, right?
Yeah.
But I hope the whole. Oh, we said fuck, and now we're gonna get fired because we said fuck. I'm like, come on.
The watershed rubbish, isn't it? It's like after 9 o'clock, you can say what the hell you like. You know, but before that, you can't possibly swear because no one swears who's watching this show. What a horrific thing to say.
What a terrible... Yeah, I think...
We work in an office, right? We work in an office with people ranging from 18 to like 70s, right? There's 1,300 of us in the entire company. Every single member that I've spoken to in our company has fucking dropped multiple F-bombs in conversations with me. I can't remember the last time I met someone where like I said a swear word and they were like, "Oh, can you not say?" I don't like bad language. I can't remember the last person that said that to me.
I understand in mixed. There
you
go.
Did it again, didn't you?
I mean, polite company. Holy fucking shit! I mean, oh my bloody god.
Oh my bloody god.
I can understand in polite, like if I'm doing something for our company, with someone that is a customer, I'm not going to be like, cunt, right? Obviously,
what a prick.
Fair enough. Yeah. Although, by the time we're 80, by the time we get service, if someone that was working for us or whatever, right, or we're 80 and we're at a shop. And they're like, "You want one of these cunts?" I'll be like, "I want one of those cunts. Thank you very much."
I want one of these cunts, mate. Yeah, like if I'm in a care home, right, and fucking Bill, my carer comes in, he opens the door and he goes, "Fuck's sake, Jay, shat the bed again." I'll be like, "Bill, I'm sorry." I was like, I know you got to fucking clean it, mate, but I just couldn't keep the shit in. You know what I mean?
Couldn't keep the brown.
Couldn't keep it in. I keep telling you, just buy me black bedclothes. Yeah.
If your shit is black, call a doctor.
Mate, I drink a lot of red wine. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that's gone. Or at the very least, we understand that mainstream news syndicates that can be taken seriously can be effing and jeffing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No one's going to lose their mind about it. And the thing is, you do it long enough, it becomes a non-problem.
Yeah. I guess because people are like, but what about the children? They'll hear it. So then, if it's national news and I'm the prime minister and I drop a fuck and all the kids are saying fuck, you don't have to explain that to the parents.
No.
Because every kid's saying fuck now. Oh my god.
Right, so next up we have Made Us Laugh. And look at me being a silly bastard.
God,
I didn't even put a fucking... Let's go on yours first.
Did you not put yours in?
I did, but I didn't link it.
Okay.
Mate, the fucking thing's 2 hours long.
No.
Fucking hell.
So, have you started playing it?
No, not yet. I've just paused it, looking at Toby's face.
That's all it is.
What?
Just I'm listening to it right now.
It's
just Toby's face with meditation music on top of it for 2 hours.
So it's literally just this video. I thought I was just pausing it and he was about to talk and they were gonna do like a voiceover or some shit.
No, it's...
Mate,
and this guy, if you click into his channel, it's all he does. He's got meditating with Ra's al Ghul, and it's always just a photo and the same music, and it blows my mind in the best of ways.
Right, go to mine. Go to mine.
All right, hang on.
And I told you about this video the other day.
Oh crikey! I've gone back. Ooh.
I told you.
Closed everything.
I told you about this video the other day in the car, and you said you'd never heard of it before.
But let me hang on. I'll get onto it, and then. Oh, you have it linked, you silly.
No,
sausage.
I don't. Yeah, you got to go in there and copy and paste it.
What, me?
I know, right?
All right.
And just pause it immediately. Pause it immediately and go to the very beginning. Right.
At the very beginning.
Right.
3,
2, 1. Oh, go.
Okay, so here's the Earth.
There's this guy.
Dang, that is a sweet Earth, you might say. Round. Alright, ruling out the ice caps melting, meteors becoming crashed into us, the ozone layer leaving, and the sun exploding, we're definitely going to blow ourselves up. Okay, so basically we've got China, France, India, Israel, Pakistan, Russia, the UK, and us with nukes. We've got about 2,600 more than anybody else. Whatever. Anyway, one day we decide those Chinese sons of a bitches are going down. So we launch a nuke at China. While it's on its way, China's like, shit, who the fuck is shooting us? Oh well, fire missiles. Then France is like, shit guys, we got the missiles, they are coming, fire our shit. But then they're tired. Well, have a nap. Then fire the missile. Meanwhile, Australia is down there like, WTF, mates? India, Israel, and Pakistan launched their shit, so now we got missiles flying everywhere, passing each other. Russia's like, ah, motherland! Then England's like, about that time, eh, chaps? Righto. So now the US is like, fuck, we're dumbasses. Canada's like, what's going on, eh? Australia's still like, WTF. Mars is laughing at us, and some huge meteor's like, well, fuck that. So, now we've got nuclear winter. Everyone's dead except Australia. And they're still like, WTF. But they'll be dead soon. Fucking kangaroos. But, assuming we don't blow ourselves up, us Californians just have to worry about California breaking off from the United States to go hang with Hawaii. Alaska can come too. The end.
So, that, yes, and as you can see, you probably got suggested the next one. He made a new one. And because this is the 4K re-rendering of a 2003 video.
It's the most monumental thing that we've had the past 10 years.
I know, right? So, he made a new one for 2020, an updated End of the World. And I just thought it was quite relevant, you know, with nukes and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's odd that we talked about it recently, completely irrespective of what's happening.
Yeah.
And how it is.
But literally now, thanks to that video, obviously I was 13 when that video came out. And it was one of the very first videos I watched on YouTube. And honestly, I will say, hockey... Still in life, probably once a week. I'm like, hockey. And if you have a look, like on the top comment, after all these years, I just realised the Chinese flag is actually the Japanese flag.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. Yeah.
And he's like, Mars is laughing at us, gets me every time. So every time someone says, okay, so I reply, here's the Earth chilling.
No one ever gets it. Sad face. Oh,
this was ahead of its time. It was made before I was even born. So yeah, it's one of the best videos on YouTube, and it is, you know. So
it's very 2000s.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
You know, so and there's loads of people going, "Can you make a 2021?" And then he did make a 2021. Yeah, but anyway, if someone says okay, or they take a while, they go okay. I soon in my head was like okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Wait. So the 2003 original. So it was released 2003.
Mm-hmm. And he did.
You were 13 in 2003.
Yes, I was. I was born in 1990. Don't tell me how old I was in 2003.
I'm so confused.
Of course, I was 13.
My mind is broken. I was 7. I was 7.
Yeah, because how old are you?
26.
Yeah, so you're 5 years younger than me. So if I was 15, you were 7. Yeah.
I just thought that maths was way off my bed.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was my what made us laugh this week, which brings us to the end of the podcast. It's been a good one.
It's been
first
extra.
fat pod, first extra, first FPX, mate. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I will have to.
But as we said at the very start, the next Fat Pod Extra, whenever it appears, will be in a special. So we'll come in and we'll pick some specifically apart. I'd love to get suggestions on what you'd want us to pick apart, and then we can plan them ahead and be like, right, on this day, we'll pick this apart. And I don't know whether a Fat Pod Extra would work better for our idea, because I know you've said you've been asked for by some people for a live Fat Pod. Yes. I don't know if Fat Pod Extra would work better as a live podcast over the normal Fat Pod.
We could, in theory, because I don't think it's going to happen
soon.
We could, in theory, do like a special, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we can go through our weight stuff and completely blag off the rest of it.
Yeah.
And just have like a live conversation
stream.
with people.
A just chatting, as they call it in the stream world.
A just chatting.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just chatting. We could probably play some games at the same time. We could play some games, play something.
I wouldn't mind doing, or it would be very interesting to see a versus between us at the same time as doing the podcast. A versus game.
A versus game.
Or we
could do a few.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
We could do a few.
Yeah.
We could do a 1 versus 1 on Smite, and then we'll do the 1 lane and just do 1 versus 1.
Well, that's not fair because I'm a fucking tank on Smite. I wouldn't be able to do any damage, and you wouldn't be able to kill me. So what's the point?
We could do and like fucking what's the other one? What's the other one we play? Valorant. We could do 1v1 on Valorant.
That would be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, because I'm thinking down the road, when I have more energy and maybe more time.
Yeah.
Maybe doing like some actual edited videos on this.
Yeah. We need to do a Fat Man Walks now. It's getting a little bit better outside.
We've had like 2 days in the past 2 weeks that are like.
It's fucking a walk. Exactly. We need to do that shit.
Fucking nice.
And
yeah.
You know, we both got these, which they're always Apple are always banging on about their ability to take a fucking movie level fucking video with, right?
I've got a bloody gimbal as well.
Exactly. You know, so we'll do some more stuff on the channel. But for now, thank you very much, guys, for watching this Fat Pod Extra. And we hope to see you soon. Well, we'll see you on the weekend for the normal Fat Pods. We'll see you later. Bye-bye now.
Bye.